outside entertainment. Resident Danny Kokenauer discussed the idea of having the social club purchase a 120-inch portable movie screen, projector, and speakers for showing movies outdoors. Danny discussed the benefits of showing movies outside, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. He stated that the equipment could also be used for indoor movies, annual meetings, etc. Danny indicated the price for all items would be about $700. Gary Cook indicated that the park has speakers, so that they would not need to be bought. Discussion centered on whether a digital license would be needed to show the movies, noise issues, and whether the movies would be free. A motion was made by Danny Kokenauer, seconded by Gary Cook, to designate up to $400 to buy a screen and projector. The motion passed on a hand vote. Dottie Kahn plaque. Gary Cook discussed making sure we get plaques honoring Dottie Kahn, for the refrigerator and ice maker. Dottie Kahn fund balance. Gary Cook discussed putting the balance of the Dottie Kahn fund back into the general social club fund. Old kitchen cabinets. Gary Cook discussed the issue regarding the placement of the old kitchen cabinets. There had been discussion that the old cabinets could be hung in the poker room or the billiard room. Ultimately, the decision was made to hang them in the billiard room. Resident Annie Celentano spoke on behalf of the poker players, indicating that everyone is welcome to play poker and that it's not just a men's poker group, despite the title. Other items. Christmas donation. Linda Costello suggested that a donation be made directly to the Salvation Army instead of placing a donation container at Tanner Hall. Motion was made by Linda Costello and seconded by Gary Cook to donate $50 to the Salvation Army. The motion passed by a hand vote. Social club vacancies. President Debbie Snyder will be resigning as president of the Social Club effective January 31st, 2021. There will be 1 year remaining on her term. Vice President Jackie Seeler will not be running for re-election when her term expires on January 31st, 2021, so the vice presidency also will need to be filled in the next elections. Kitchen equipment. Resident Paul Norton discussed that once the kitchen is complete, many additional pieces of equipment, mixers, food processors, pots and pans, would be needed in order to fully use the kitchen. Discussion centered on whether to use the balance of the money in the Dottie Kahn fund to purchase these items. A motion was made by Matthew Publicover, seconded by Linda Jarecki, to allocate the remaining balance of the Dottie Kahn fund to the kitchen committee to complete the supplies for the kitchen. The motion passed on a hand vote. Open items, who can make a motion? Resumption of social club events. The next meeting date was open at the time, and the motion to adjourn by Gary Cook at 10 o'clock, seconded by Linda Costello. Are there any corrections, submissions, errors, anything like that? All right, Debbie?
No, I have no additions or corrections.
All right, I guess it passes as read.
Okay, thank you. Linda, the treasurer's report, please.
Okay, we had a beginning balance November the 1st of $8,167.20. We had income of 14 cents. That was interest from the bank. And we had expenses of $304.98, which left our ending balance $7,862.36. Of that, $910.91 is the Dottie Kahn fund. So actually we have in the social club fund $6,951.45. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Linda. Any corrections or additions to that? Nope. Okay, thank you. Let's go on to unfinished business. Barbara?
And that is?
Well, I guess we just want to say that, just to restate the fact that the president and vice president position will be open for next year.
Right.
Is there anything else you have there unfinished that we need to talk about?
Not necessarily unfinished,
Okay.
certainly upcoming things.
Okay.
But certainly, if I guess I will just walk.
Under your unfinished, the screen, as I had it up at the last, I didn't bring it down today, but I had it up at one of the coffee hours. The screen and the projector have been purchased. I talked to Bob this morning, he forgot to order the DVD player, so that will be in within the week. You will be getting a bill for it, so within a week we'll have everything that we need. The screen, the projector, the DVD player will all be in-house. So
Okay, that is one of the upcoming things, but thank you. No.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that is one of the upcoming things. Is that the kind of stuff you want me talking about, Debbie?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's Danny talking.
That was Danny talking before, but one of the items was, with all this wonderful equipment and stuff being bought, and we have it now, that we really need to have, think about someone chairing, whether it's a committee or just taking on the task of scheduling, maybe some movies, figuring out how we're gonna do it, what's a date and time. We appreciate the fact that Danny came through and got this idea on the table and got it by, but I'm not sure that Danny, wants to do it. So,
Yeah.
we need to think about if someone's willing to do that, pick a date and a time, maybe do a test run, see how it works out in the parking lot, and move it forward from there. So,
Well, that would be great if we could get, if we could get volunteers, that would be wonderful.
so anyways, that was one of the items, yes, Danny, and because we had got all this stuff purchased.
Okay.
One of the, sorry, Gary. I'll sort of say unopened business, and I'm not sure how to do this with Robert's rules and all that kind of stuff, but one of the open items that we had, Debbie, is, who can make a motion. I don't know if we can just table that or just take that off as a line item for the time being. I'm not really sure.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about that. When that issue came up, there was some people that said, yes, members can vote. Other people threw at me, no, it's just the board members can vote. I had a discussion with Bob Duncan about that. Bob, are you there?
No,
Could you
he's
tell
not.
me what?
No, he's not.
He's not here.
He's not, okay. I believe, now, don't quote me, but I believe he told me it was just board members. So, I don't know what to do about that. If you want to table that, that's fine. I hear stories one way from other people and another way from another person, and I've not really researched too much in the Robert's rules as to how to handle that.
All right.
I did a little bit of research, but couldn't really find anything.
All right, I'm gonna put Linda Costello on, and then Matt had something to say. I'm only bringing it up just because it's like I've been putting it on the meeting minutes
I know.
for like forever.
I know.
So I didn't necessarily want to get into a big thing about it, I just wonder if I could take it
Right.
off.
You're talking about voting. All of the members can vote. We were talking about who could make a motion and second
Motion,
it.
yes.
Right.
It's not the vote, because everybody can vote.
Matt? Hang on. Hold on, Debbie.
Okay.
You don't have to hold it if you don't want to.
Matt Publicover, Unit 221. The issue, as I see it, is what this is a meeting of. This is a meeting of the social club. This is not a meeting of the social club board of directors. When we go to the monthly meetings of the park board of directors, that's a board of directors meeting. So only the boards of director members can make a motion. But since this is a meeting of the entire social club, then presumably any member of the social club can make a motion, because according to Robert's Rules of Order, any member can make a motion. So if the social club board of directors wants to change their monthly meeting to being a meeting of just the board of directors, then only the social club board of directors would be able to make a motion. But if it remains a meeting of the entire social club, then presumably any member can make a motion.
Okay, so I'm not sure if that takes it off my list or not, but, anyways, so what do we do with that? Donna, looks like you have, yes,
I was
something?
gonna refer to Barbara. Barbara, what's your thoughts on this? She's pretty good with the Robert's Rules of Order.
That was Donna Frisnell and now Barbara Simpson.
Yeah, Barbara Simpson, 388. Well, it's not so much the Robert's Rules of Order, but it's the bylaws, and we're back to that where they kind of didn't get exactly finished. But I think, I can't remember because it's been a long time since I worked on it, but I think it would be good to go back and look and see what the bylaws say. If the bylaws say that this is a meeting of the board of directors, and I can't remember what they say often their meeting and what's happening, and I think it says the board of directors, but I'm not sure. But it would be good to go back and look at those and then kind of apply Robert's Rules of Order to what the bylaws say, and then if they're in conflict, then you can rectify that, but I think that's the place where you need to look.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Linda,
You know, what difference does it make in the long run? At the end of the day, does it really make any difference? As far as I'm concerned, let's let everybody make a motion. It's no big deal.
That suits me fine.
yeah, Linda,
I was gonna
What you reckon?
concur. I think it's a social club decision, not a social club board decision. I think it's a social club decision.
There's
However,
nothing in the
I
bylaws.
think everybody should be able to vote on anything.
What difference does it
all
make?
right, so I just was looking for
Well,
sort
the
of closure.
But the vote, yes, but I think we were talking about a motion.
Even the motion, I think anybody should be able to do that.
All right, hold on, I have Pat Hodge.
Here's the bylaw, so.
Hold on.
I don't want to.
No, I know you're not gonna touch it, but you want
Anyway, I just, maybe if we clarify that, and put it in writing, then it won't be an issue in the future. So, as far as anybody can make a motion, that's part of the social club, and then it would be voted on. But if you put it in the bylaws, or if you put it in your meeting, in the minutes, at least we'll know going forward that it was agreed upon.
Policies and procedures also, rather than change the bylaws.
Do-
There's nothing in there.
There's
Don,
nothing in there.
right, do we need to have a vote or something on that, or can we just say it's fine?
Say it's fine.
All right, is it okay, Deb?
Vote on
We
it.
need a vote.
We need a
Yeah.
vote? All right, so do I have to make a motion to get a vote?
Barbara's got something to say.
Barbara?
Yeah, I could talk pretty loudly, but maybe if Donna would work with me, maybe Donna and I can look it over and look at the Robert's rules and come back with a proposal at the next meeting. Would that work out?
I've been reading the Robert's rules and bylaws.
All right, hold on, Debbie. Just, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Debbie, you had something to say?
No, go ahead, Linda.
Oh, no, you didn't have
No,
anything?
I-
All right,
Hey, I'm just saying, put it in our policies and procedures, let's make a motion, vote on it, and then rather than change the bylaws, put it in our policies and procedures. That way it's
Okay.
there and it's also in our minutes.
all right, somebody wanna make
Okay,
a,
you want to make the motion then, Linda?
I make a motion that we allow anyone who's a member of the social club to be able to make motions and second the motions.
Okay.
do I have,
Everybody.
do I have, someone second that?
Okay.
Who was the second?
Maureen.
All right,
And
any
we have more discussion
do
on
any
that?
discussion, or,
No, just vote.
all right, all in favor? Hey, okay, great. Hey, sorry about that, Deb, I just need to take it off. It was, I keep cutting and pasting it.
Understandable.
Keep cutting and
Okay.
pasting.
Anything, do you have anything else under unfinished business?
I can't lift my finger.
Other than, well, we talked about vacancies. We have a lot of vacancies coming up, guys. Obviously, Debbie's.
Obviously, the president position and Jackie's position was finishing. It was just a one-year position, so that would be coming up normally. And then I think we have 2 other positions coming up, so we really need to. I think Jane and maybe yours, Margaret, I'm not sure. But I think we have 2 others. It's at 4 in 1 year, 3 in another, so.
I can stay on.
So anyways,
Okay, gotcha.
we need people. The only other things I had was stuff that, got talked about at the coffee, which was the craft fair, the caroling, and the Christmas parade.
Okay, the craft fair. I have posted on Facebook page a list of the vendors that I have so far. Now, I've had a few people contact me after I made the post, so I edited the post to add more people to it, and I keep telling, or I said on the post also, if, you know, if people who still want to participate, they can still participate up until the time. You know, I'll just add their name to the list. I'm also, if not already, there's a list over at the board, the bulletin board at Tanner Hall. It may not be kept up to date too much as the Facebook page and also the TV channel. So I'm going to keep that up to date also with vendors. I guess everybody knows the date and time for that.
What are the times?
Okay.
Could you repeat?
That's the only thing that I know under new business, unless you have something else.
The craft fair is December 10th from 10 to 3.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're just repeating so that Roger can have it on the video for the Facebook page.
Okay. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Are you done, Debbie?
yes, I am.
I'm not rushing you. The only thing I'd like to say is in January, Debbie and the board will nominate or ask for nominations for a search committee for people to run for the president, vice president, whatever positions we have open. So would you all please be thinking about who we could get to run for these positions and who would volunteer to be on the nominating committee? Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Linda,
Yes.
can you look up and see what the other positions are that are gonna be open?
It's Margaret's,
And I think it's
Jane
Jane.
Gardner's, which is
Okay.
assistant treasurer, and then those 2 that are. And Margaret has just said she'll run again. That's corresponding secretary.
I could be really sick and then have to repeat myself.
That's right.
Anything else, Barbara?
There were some things I was gonna talk about, but Gary's here, so he's gonna talk about them. I don't have
Okay.
anything else.
Okay, my first question is, the kitchen's gonna be done here pretty soon, hopefully by this year. The kitchen is locked up all the time, so we have to figure out who has keys for the kitchen. Now, I'm assuming all the board members should have a key for the kitchen, and say like Paul Norton and maybe Priscilla should have a key, but I just want to know how many keys we're going to put out there, because you don't want to have too many, because then you can't keep the kitchen locked. Then maybe something will disappear one way or the other too. So that's my one question as far as that goes. You know, the bad thing about Barb, I talked to you the other day, and I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, luminaries. Well, I'm assuming you discussed that at.
Well, I did, but I think we should.
Okay, well, the luminaries, I'm assuming they'll be selling the luminaries here pretty soon, right?
Yes, and Jane talked about the dates.
And has Bob ordered the sand yet too for the luminaries? Does anybody know?
He did not mention anything.
Okay, Bob, talk to Bob, see about ordering sand for those luminaries too. Just remember, when you do the luminaries, just put a soup can of sand in those bags. It don't take a lot, because when we have the guys go back out there, and I'm assuming they're gonna do the same thing, go back out there and pick up the bags that next morning. I hate to pick up a bag that's got a half bag full of sand. It's a lot of work for the guys too, because usually we send out 3 crews with 3 mules and trailers, and they go through the whole park and clean everything up, so you know that nothing's left that morning, let's put it that way, so. I would assume a lot of people have their own candles and bags from last year, because we canceled it last year because of the high winds. I'm hoping we can go through with it this year, so. Who's doing the luminaries?
That's what you want to talk about. But you're not gonna be.
I'm not gonna be, on the 15th, I have my shoulder operated on, so I'm gonna be in a sling for 4 weeks at least, plus therapy. But you're gonna have to have a group of guys go over there to fill all the bags that we put out for the clubhouse and for the front entrance. Usually we put out about 300 bags, I think it is, so. And it's not that hard of a job. Usually if you got a group of guys, maybe 8 to 10 guys, somewhere along that line there, it only takes about 45 minutes to fill the bags, take them out there and put them in there. And then the guys have to come along and light them up. Say 5:30, 5 o'clock, usually we do light them and let it go that way, because usually you have a parade, should be around 6 o'clock, I would say. And go from there. Since we don't have the carolers anymore, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Just get the lineup and let somebody lead the parade, so. But somebody has, I don't know who's doing it this year as far as it goes too, so.
I don't think we have a.
Who did it last year besides you?
We didn't.
You know, I asked a group of guys to meet me over there, and usually we fill the bags. Well, last year we didn't fill the bags because we didn't do it. Usually any other year, usually I get, it's better off to talk to somebody instead of trying to put a list up there. Usually I tell the guys, come over there, we'll go over at 1 o'clock, we fill the bags, we put them out, then at 5 o'clock, we light the bags. Everybody else lights their bags in the park itself, so the parade will start at 6 o'clock. It's really a beautiful sight to see this line of bags. It looks like a runway for Santa Claus to come into the park, so. But somebody's got to do it, and I don't know if there's anybody willing to do it or whatever. I can tell them what to do or where to go. But I don't have any problem with that, but, you know, you gotta do it, you gotta plan on it too, so. I'm willing to work with anybody to explain what they gotta do. You gotta have somebody with a trailer hitch for their truck or car to pull the trailer, because we load all the bags up on the trailer, then we drive down and we drop them as we go along. If you're putting bags out of your house, don't put them this close together, say 6 inches to a foot. I tell the guys when they drop them, take 3 steps, drop 1, 3 steps, drop 1, so we can put more bags out. It looks a lot prettier that way than, say, you got 6 bags and they're only 12 inches apart, each one of them, so. But if you're gonna have something that you wanna keep, some people have little glass trays in there or whatever. If you wanna keep them, you're gonna have to get them up yourself, because we come along, or whoever comes along, they throw them in the back of the trailer, then we have the maintenance guys shovel it out with the front loader and dump it in the trash, so. That's just something to think about, what you wanna do, so. One thing, the keys for the kitchen, and the other one for the luminaries, so, thank you.
I have a comment on the keys for the kitchen. Yeah, I think Paul should have, and Priscilla should have one. But, you know, maybe a couple people on the social club could have them. But I think if somebody says, I need to get into the kitchen, this is my personal feeling, that person with that key needs to come up with them. Not that they're gonna take anything, but you leave that key to somebody, like the pool. I bet 50 people in this park have keys to that pool.
See, that's always a problem, because a lot of people, when they get a key, they have one made.
That's right.
And,
If you got the key, don't be handing that key out, because you never know.
the only thing you could do is, if somebody wants to use the kitchen for a function or whatever, one of the persons that have a key can come up and lock it. You know, if we have 10 keys for the group that have a kitchen key, then you should be able to get hold of one of them without any problem, so. Because most of the people are still in the park, so.
But I think, and on that list of who has those keys, it needs to be posted on this board, so people know where to look, so they're not asking people. It needs to be posted, okay, this person
And another thing Bob can do too is on the keys themselves, he can have imprinted on it, do not duplicate, which would help save a lot, because I would say, I say 40% of the people here in the park have a key to this clubhouse. At one time, I don't know about now, but before they did, so.
60% now.
Well, I don't know about that, but, yeah, so, I don't know what you wanna do about, as far as keys wise goes.
Whose decision is that? Is that the park's decision or the social club?
Well, it should be the social club. We're the one that paid part of the money for the kitchen itself, and we organize everything here in the clubhouse itself also. Well, I make a motion that we give a key to all the members of the board of the social club, plus Paul Nort and Phyllis, Priscilla. I wasn't gonna pronounce your last name, so I can't do it, so I just say Priscilla.
Okay, then do we have a second on that motion?
I'll second it.
Patty, you second? Or making a comment?
I don't mind holding a key also. I'm here all the time, and I'm right over there, you know. So you think about it, I don't really care, but if you need somebody else, I know like for I don't know if we're gonna have the New England Canadian dinner, but we were always looking for the key. And so, you know, I don't mind, but I don't care if you don't want me to have it.
I would hold a key too. I've always had a key, and I would hold a key, but I don't need to hold a key. I mean, I'm here year round too.
I don't care how many we give out, as long as we know who has the key and their name's on the list, and they're responsible enough to lock it up once they're done with it. That's the main thing, because we've got a lot of new stuff in there now, and you hate to see it disappear on us, so. And now we're stocking everything in there, right? Because I know you guys put all the stuff back in there too. And I want to thank you guys for doing that. You, Paul, you, and who else was working with you?
She's not here.
Okay, yeah, because you guys spent at least a couple of days putting all this stuff in there. You did a great job too, so.
And the thing with the kitchen now, Paul's bought a big mixer, he's bought a food processor, we got some expensive stuff in there. We cannot have those kitchen doors hanging open.
No.
We just can't.
Gary, can I restate the motion? I just want to get it right.
Well, I make a motion that we set up a set number of keys to go out to the board of directors on the social club, plus set names. I don't know for sure all of them as far as it goes, but we can, as long as we make up a list with those names on it, and the keys have a do not duplicate on them, I don't think we have to worry about anybody losing any. Then that should be it.
That's a very long motion.
I know it
Can
is.
I have you, can I,
I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
I want to make a motion that we only have 10 keys
10 keys.
for the kitchen. And the board of directors will designate who gets those keys. How's that?
I like that. Anybody want to second that? I'm sorry, you want to, I'm sorry, it's the mask, I couldn't see, sorry. All right, any discussion on that? In case you give the social club to assign, get 10 keys, and they'll assign who gets them.
Right.
You're good with that? All right, all in favor? All right.
Opposed? Anybody
Oh,
opposed?
right, sorry, anybody opposed, sorry, I keep forgetting that.
If you oppose, you're not going to get a key. I can tell everyone.
All right, so that's something the social club, you, Debbie, and we'll have to figure out who's gonna get those keys.
Yeah,
Luminaries
okay.
for just a minute?
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody would like to go back to the luminaries discussion?
Okay,
Yes.
We're new here, so what, as a new person, what do we need to do about a luminary?
Maya,
James, you ready? That would be you.
Gary, can we have Jane just repeat what you did in the?
We have 4 dates that we will be either at coffee or out there selling the luminaries. There's a sheet over there that says what the times are and the dates. There's 6 candles and 6 bags for $3. You buy however many you wish. And if you have any questions after that, the numbers are posted up there. So that is how we do it.
That's
And
Christmas
the
Eve. too.
sand is at the maintenance yard.
What is the date? Could you?
It's in the newsletter. Everything's in the newsletter.
Yes, it is.
We'll repeat it in case somebody didn't get it. The luminaries go out on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, but Roger, so Roger has it for his sake.
Christmas
And
Eve.
then if you could talk about the Christmas party too, that'd be good.
Christmas party. Parade?
Oh, was that, whatever you said, you
Yeah.
talked about coffee.
Yeah, the parade is going to be Christmas Eve. Also, lineup is at 5:45. Parade starts at 6.
Now, you can buy more than 6. You can do your neighbors if you want to also, because there's a lot of people that are not here yet. And it's always nice to fill in a cul-de-sac or whatever you have in too, so.
We got one a long time ago.
Yeah,
You're
Oh, no,
on.
maybe there's a new December
okay.
one. I don't know.
Barbara, anything more under new business?
Nothing that I had.
Okay. I guess if we don't have anything more, we could ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Wait, somebody has some.
We got a question
Hold
here.
on. Was it, yes. You're gonna volunteer?
A volunteer to, do the movie deal and. She volunteers to take charge of the movie stuff.
All right, Debbie, did you hear that?
No, I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, Bonnie Coconut has volunteered to.
No.
Oh,
Should we ask someone to volunteer to do that?
we did. And we don't have anybody. Nobody's volunteered yet.
Yeah, Danny did. I thought it raised his hand.
All right, hold on, Gary, motion to.
Wait, so what's the plan? If we have nobody volunteers here, are we gonna have luminaries?
No.
The
There-
luminary.
Oh, we're talking about luminaries. I mean, nothing's settled on it.
I'll talk to a bunch of guys and see if I get them going, so I'll have to hit the Taraki boys, for sure. So,
You actually have to hit him, Barry.
I could.
well,
Maybe I will.
I'll hit them as hard as you guys hit them, so.
So I think, Gary, motion to adjourn, I'll second it. You all set? Debbie?
Thank you very much.
Okay, Debbie, I'll hang up on you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.